What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great Tuesday night. Tuesday? That's right. That means behind enemy lines with the Eagles' Week 15 opponent, the Pittsburgh Steelers. This season just flying by. Holy hell, what a season it's been. Took everyone so long to jump aboard the bandwagon. Now they're jumping right off, and we're going to wait for them to jump right back on board this upcoming Sunday. So, been a wild ride, but I hope you've all been enjoying this season. I love being 11-2. I love winning, and I want the Eagles to continue to do so, and I want to continue laughing at the dolts that want to hate on our birds. So, what we're going to do here is what we do every week, and that's break down the Eagles' opponent for the week. We'll get to know all the moves they've made, stats, rankings, standings, coaching staff, practice squad, injury list, depth chart. You'll get to know everything about the Pittsburgh Steelers. So without further ado, let's jump right into this. And I appreciate all of you taking the time here. Love to hear from you down below. Appreciate you hitting that like button, sharing this, subscribing, all the things you do to support the channel. I cannot thank you enough. Hope you're all having yourselves a great week, but let's effing go. Let's jump right into this. We're going to start off with some of the moves they've made in the offseason, midseason, and, of course, their draft picks. So let's take a look first at some of their additions and losses here. And you can see, obviously, Kenny Pickett with the Eagles now. They traded Deontay Johnson. Patrick Peterson, he retired. Keanu Neal is a free agent. So a few pieces they lost, but they added a couple of quarterbacks, Wilson and Fields, Cordero Patterson, Mike Williams they traded for, Patrick Queen, Preston Smith, Dante Jackson, Deshaun Elliott. So added a lot of really good pieces here, and it is showing. So this team added where they needed to, and they also added in the draft here and got themselves a stud on the offensive line, a few of them actually, and then you got yourself Roman Wilson. He's been banged up. Peyton Wilson, hoping he stays healthy for his future, but a good draft for the Pittsburgh Steelers, usually drafting pretty well, but some of the moves they have made are right there, and we will take a look at the updated roster here, and you'll see all those people and then some. So let's now take a look at how this team has been doing so far this year, and we're going to start it off by looking at their stats and where they are ranked. So we're going to start off 10th in points, 17th in total yardage, 9th in running the ball, 23rd in passing, tied for 20th, giving up sacks, tied for 6th, not giving up too many turnovers there. And then you see 5th in points allowed on defense, 7th in total yardage, 4th against the run, 17th against the pass, tied for 15th in sacks, but 1st in turnovers. So they are making plays to get the ball. We have to continue to play mistake-free football, no turnovers. Let's not shoot ourselves in the foot, but this is a damn good team, especially that defense. So they are number 1 in their division, 10-3. We already beat the Ravens, the Bengals, Browns. Let's go ahead and beat the hell out of the Steelers. But they're sitting atop their division just like the Eagles, and they are fighting to get that number 1 spot as well. We'll see if they can make that happen if a miracle occurs and the Chiefs lose some games. But right now, they are at number 3 in the AFC. So man, Steelers are really kicking ass. And you saw last year they were 10-7, so they had a good team, but they have as many wins as they did last year right now at this point with 4 games to go. So doing pretty well here. And look, this team is not to be slept on. They got a great head coach. You got some good coaches here. You've got Mike Tomlin, still the head coach. Arthur Smith brought in as offensive coordinator. Terrell Austin there as DC. And then Danny Smith, the special teams coordinator. So got some damn good coaches. Now, let's take a look, and before we look at the roster, let's look at the practice squad. These are the guys that can be elevated when we get to Saturday. We will talk about all of that, but a couple of running backs, a few wide receivers, Quez Watkins, tight end, a couple of offensive linemen. Then you can see in the defense, you got a couple of linemen, bunch of linebackers, and then a few defensive backs there. Eric Rowe, still playing in the NFL. That's wild, but Anthony Averett there on the practice squad IR, as well as Zion Gilbert. And speaking of that IR, let's take a look at their injury list. They've also got someone on the PUP list in Cole Holcomb, but you've got Adams, Daniels, Fountain, Henderson, Herbig, Johnston, Leal, Lee, Perales, Watts, Wilson. And I do believe CJ Henderson is new to the team. Sorry if I didn't get that there, but you get it. And you see a bunch of those draft picks are right there, 4 of them out of the 7. So Very unfortunate for them, but still bright futures for a bunch of those guys there. So best of luck to them, but you will not see them on this depth chart here. Let's take a look at this depth chart and get to know the Pittsburgh Steelers here. We're going to start it off with the offense, and you can see the key down at the bottom there as to what the colors mean. All new quarterbacks, Russell Wilson leading the way, Justin Fields, Kyle Allen, and Russell Wilson, who's played in 7 games now, 1,784 yards, 8.4 yards per attempt, 254.9 yards per game. He's got 12 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions, so playing pretty well. And talk about them running the ball well. Najee Harris averaging 3.9 yards per carry, Jalen Warren 4.1, so not exactly great, but I think Justin Fields helped that when he was playing there. You have Cordero Patterson averaging 4.4, but look, they've got some backs there. We'll see how they do against the Philadelphia Eagles. And then the receivers, George Pickens averaging 15.5 yards per catch, got 3 touchdowns. Kid is a stud, very bright future. Definitely a hothead, so probably want to figure that out. But those are wide receivers, man. They're divas, and they want that damn ball. And you hear the media trying to create narratives. You hear, spinning what BG said and just losing their minds. Too funny. But then you see Freiermuth there. He's actually second in yardage on the team there. So, look, they use their tight end. We're going to do our best to shut them down. And the offensive line, we talk about giving up some sacks, but good against the run. So a couple of rookies starting there. We'll see how the Eagles' defensive line can do up against them. We'll talk about those top matchups on Thursday. Then you can see on the Max Sharping, ex-Eagle, but on the defensive side of the ball, adding Patrick Queen, Dante Jackson, Deshaun Elliott, drafting Beanie Bishop Jr., or undrafted Beanie Bishop Jr. You've got a lot of intriguing pieces that you added there, but you still got Cam Hayward, T.J. Watt, Alex Highsmith, and Nick Herbig. So they traded for Preston Smith, added him to the edge rotation. So they've got some intriguing pieces here in this defense, as we showed, pretty damn good, and they get turnovers. So going to be a barn burner here, and I can't wait for it. Now on the special teams, as you can see, Chris Boswell, their kicker, Corliss Waitman, the punter, Christian Kuntz, the long snapper, Calvin Austin, the third, the punt returner, with Scotty Miller backing him up, Cordero Patterson, a kick returner, and Jalen Warren gets some action there as well. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That is everything you need to know heading into this Week 15 matchup. And tomorrow will be the initial injury report. So you'll know both teams' injuries and who's looking good, who's not looking so good. I'll keep you up to date with all of that. Thursday, you'll have the top matchups with an updated injury report. Friday, you will get the game status report, who's out, who's questionable. And, of course, Fan Friday. And then on Saturday, you will get the practice squad elevation. Sunday, see your asses for a pregame show. But you will have content every single day. I do my best to counteract the media and all their negativity and the whining from all of them and the fans. And it's unbearable. So I hope you enjoy this content. If you did, do me a favor. Like this bad boy. Share it out into the universe and let people know that there are some of us talking football. I am one content creator that does enjoy the football aspect of football. So appreciate you guys. I really do. All the support really means the world. If you guys need anything, I always say it, but I mean it. Reach out. Always here for you, as you guys are for me. All I've got for you, though. So have yourselves a great rest of your night. Until next time, I'm Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there, and as always, go Birds!